Ball spinning out wide. It's time through Rick Dortone. He's brought to ground in a two-man tackle there. There's Meraki combining with Lewis Tulio on that occasion. Again, another Philly Whitemarsh Rugby Union, former Philly Whitemarsh player.
Yeah, a lot of the White Marsh guys have come over. A lot of those guys know Greg Streludi. He's brought them over. Reflecting a little bit of new blood for the Bulls after losing guys such as Bazzi, Chief, Dave New, all stalwarts of the team. A lot of new blood in this year. Yeah, I got one on my phone I can use, Dave. 10?
Someone just said I got my Brisbees right here, commentator. Someone else just said I got my coffee, it's too early. Too early for beer.
Yeah, I got you got 10, Dave?
So New Haven playing a man down for the next 10. As Dortone goes for a run, gets by one, but loses it in the tackle, so now it's the Warriors' turn to counter-attack, and they do so. It's been back and forth, hasn't it, Pat?
I tell you, definitely feeling each other out, definitely getting an idea of what's going on out there, afraid to make the big mistake. New Haven's definitely settled down after those first two early mistakes. Big 10 minutes here with them being a player down, see what they do here. They got lucky in the one play. Hopefully that continues.
Yeah, we're going through a little bit of a patch of stop-start stuff. Again, you've got to put it down to the conditions. It's hot, it's humid. Guys get sweaty, the sweat gets on the ball gets a little greasy. And when you get hard hits like we're seeing here, it's not a wonder the ball pops out.
The guys are going to lose their focus. You're going to get this animosity, you're going to get the anger, the testosterone's up. These guys got to stay focused and stay in the game, or this one can get away from somebody.
And it was slightly.
And I learned it was very important to have good tacklers around you because I played one game at the beach where I think for the whole game we were on defense, and I couldn't wait to get off that field. We didn't have enough to sub out.
Okay, so New Haven has the ball now. They're working inside the Aston territories. They make another break. It looks like Doug's going to get the offload and scores the try. That's his hat trick for the day. Good grief! They found a keeper in that guy, didn't they?
Definitely looking at MVP there.
Yeah, well, he spots the gap. Seems like anywhere he is, and he's away off to the races, and that extends the lead by another 4 points. That puts the scoreline now 24 points to 12 in favor of the Warriors, and the kick to come. Now, I mentioned you're the head coach at Delaware. Your college season gets underway in just a few weeks, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. We open up against University of 10, but we actually played a fun little tournament last weekend, played against some men's teams. Beat a team from St. Louis and a team from Lakehurst. Did well for no real practices and starting the season. It was a nice two-day fun tournament at the beach.
Well, it's been fun talking with you. Always good to catch up with you, and best of luck with the upcoming season.
Thank you, Brian. Always nice to talk to you.
And that conversion attempt successful by Luke Carr to extend the lead even further.
They have to buckle up here, knuckle up, and get it taken care of, or they're in a lot of trouble.
That's a deep kickoff there by Aston, fielded by Keith Nelson, who finds a support, and he's quickly brought to ground by 3 defenders. As the Warriors grind it out through the forwards there, that's the second tackle. Comes to Carr, Tongamawa again. Always a handful every time he has the ball back.
I have yet to see one-man tackle. If he gets one, he picks up a second, he'll get a third along the way, and if he can find a fourth, he's willing to do it. But they're definitely having some problems getting him down.
Yeah, and there was another bustling run there by Robinson, and he's been doing that all afternoon as well. That time it's Doe who's finally brought to the ground, and Justin DeVoe spins it wide for the kick downfield. Looks like Tulio's going to grab it. lets it bounce a little bit, but brings it back. Quickly met there by Derek Roma in the tackle, and they dump him unceremoniously.
Bulls seem to be on the back foot here. New Haven's got the intensity. New Haven's got the drive. Right now they're playing with more energy. Bulls are catching on D. They can notice New Haven's coming up, bringing the licks.
Yeah, that was replacement player Darren Lewis who took the ball up that time. Did a fine job. Aston saying, hey, come on, he's lying all over the tackled player, but the referee said no, he wasn't, play on. This time it's Blair Wards who crashes it ahead. Comes out wide left. Oh, and the ball spilt in the tackle.
Good job, boy!
Good cover D there by Luke Carr, and forced the ball to be spilt there by Chris Craig. And that's not what Aston wants to do, Patrick.
Not what Aston wants to do at all. That's not Chris's thing. Chris has been with the Bulls all 11 years they've been in the finals, and that is not something you see from him often. That could be a definite downside.
As we see Lee Bartlett coming back into the game now for the Warriors. You may recall he left the game during the first half after taking a pretty heavy knock, but he's recovered, seems to be okay as we thought he would be. That time it's Callan taking the ball up, but he's quickly brought down. A nice tackle there by Mulhall. Yeah, that's what I like about rugby league, Pat. Right, well, not necessarily that. I was about to say the tackle just before that.
It was a good, then it was a bad. Bulls look like they're getting a little bit frustrated here. They're going to have to calm down, regroup. Coach Deluti's going to have to get them together. One thing we haven't seen Greg is a lot of Greg on offense. He seems to be dropping back, not having the big hits, the big run-ups. He's going to have to step it up here in the second half.
All right, his referee Owen has a chat to the Aston side and says, I don't want to see too much more of that, thank you very much. And as a result, New Haven gets the penalty, kicks it into touch. They are now just outside of the Aston corner, and they will be starting another set of six.
Yeah, that was Bulls forward Brian Comfort getting a little lecture there, a little slap on the wrist. He's got to stay a little more focused, getting his games, his third year being in the league, one of the most improved athletes last year, continues to improve, got some international time. He needs to get his head in the game here, stay focused.
All right, we see a switch of play there. Well, it's actually a dummy. Nice one too by Luke Carr. He found Dortone on the outside, but he was bundled into touch by the looks of it from our position. And yeah, so we're going to have a scrum back.
I'll tell you, nice little fancy moves there. I thought you were watching the Globetrotters for about 2 to 3 minutes. Dip here, a dive there. Next thing you know, he's got the ball outside. Just unlucky that he got carried over the top.
Yeah, it was enterprising play, all right. And Aston will have the ball this time. John Grace will put it into the scrum. Comes out the back. And that play is quickly wrapped up, put to ground. When they're trailing as much as they are, really the Bulls need to, as you keep saying, step it up and get down the other end of the field and score some tries.
Their bread and butter is the north-south game here. They're going to have to open this up a little bit. They got a nice little +2 they run outside, a little X pattern in it. I've seen it once. It went for about 15 yards. But they think just keep going north-south. And you see New Haven, they're just stepping up to the challenge. They're on their front feet the whole time. They're very intense. Another turnover with the Bulls there.
Yeah, and he's away to the races. They're not going to catch Luke Carr. And he goes in for the try. That came from a mistake by the Bulls. And every time that happens, it's another nail in the coffin.
Without a doubt. New Haven has capitalized, I'd say, 8 out of 10 mistakes the Bulls have made. This one's starting to get away from the Bulls here a little bit.
All right, that makes the score 30-12 in favor of the New Haven Warriors. And Luke Carr will attempt to convert his own try. And he's right in front, so I don't want to say anything about that, but he's right in front.
You know I have no comment on it. The last 2 times I spoke, he's missed. I don't speak 3 times, he hits it, so I don't want to jinx the guy.
And he makes no mistake. extends that lead now. Well, that time it was a short kick-off, but it didn't work for Aston because the Warriors covered it nicely. And also Jason Giroux, number 11, is back in the game for the Warriors after he also left the game a little earlier with a knock. And that time it's put to ground by Chris Rosic. The game's kind of ground down a little bit of a stop-start, a little bit sloppy at times, isn't it, Pat?
Definitely sloppy. This is not a representation of these two teams in their season. It's been, as I said, 80% kick conversion, high-scoring offenses. Right now, only one offense is scoring. They seem to be capitalizing on mistakes, and it's definitely not the Bulls you've seen all season. But this is what New Haven's trademark is: solid defense, capitalize on the mistakes.
There goes Grace to Meraki. Oh, nice little Tulio in support. And nice tackle there by Robinson, brings him to ground, but Aston pressing now, very close to that try line. And that's a try. Lewis Tulio scores the try for Aston. And that's exactly what the Bulls needed.
Absolutely what they needed. A big run, big break. Conway coming back off of his injury. Great support by Louis and able to get in there. That's exactly what the Bulls need. Now they need to capitalize off of it. They can't come back, have a turnover, and make the same mistakes. They need to continue to keep the roll on.
I'm just putting a 1 down if they score, just for one try, and then kick plus, and the kick was really, the kick was very good.
Oh, nice kick there by Blair Wards. That's what the doctor ordered for the Bulls.
It was from far left, and if you notice, the whole Bulls team kind of leaned to the left, trying to get a little English up on him. He was able to squeeze it right in there. That was a great kick.
So the scoreline now 32-18 in favor of New Haven.
What? Where you going?
A little bit of confusion there, but finally things get back underway. That's Mertz taking it up there for Aston. Wards gets through one tackle before he's brought down by the next two tacklers. Aston quickly making ground here.
There's Big Saluli getting in the action there, and as you can see, that's why they need him. As soon as he hits that ball, he's going to carry 2-3 guys. He's going to get you 10 yards. They're going to need more of that. He's going to have to keep getting in the play.
Well, they're right up to the halfway line now. About 3 or 4 tackles. It's pretty good. Spinning it left. That time it was, I think that was Tulio. It was. It's Meraki. Goes for the chip ahead. It's taken by DeVoe. Well, that was a nice offload there. This time it's Carr. He's got nobody in support. Looking around, takes the tackle. Probably the smart thing to do on that occasion.
I'll tell you, it was a big hit up, and then that little bugger came out of nowhere and scooted through. That's working well for them today.
That time was New Haven caught infringing. The referee awards a penalty to Aston, and they'll kick the touch.
Bulls are starting to pick it up here a little bit. A couple of Connecticut guys getting dinged up a little bit, limping a little bit. Bulls playing a little bit more intensity. Just hope it's not too late.
That was James Breakwood who took the tackle that time. Oh, there's Staludi again. That's exactly what you've been talking about.
I guess he missed that guy. Wanted to get up in there and introduce himself so everybody knew who he was. Maybe got a little pleasantries going on. Everybody likes to shake hands and show sportsmanship. So the boys just getting to know each other before a little bit of a drink afterwards.
Well, as we said earlier, it is the grand final after all. This is for all the marbles in 2008. You don't want to go home without that trophy.
I tell you, it's a long winter to sit around and think of woulda, coulda, and shoulda. Bulls got an opportunity here, but they're going to need to buckle down. Warriors slowing the play down, just keep them going steady. It's going to be a good finish here.
There's Muliu with that time. Took it up. There's Tongamoa, but he's met in a nice tackle and he ends up spilling it. Meraki cleans up. Still going is Conway. He's finally brought to ground by Matt Dogan, a nice tackle. As Matt Shannon took it up there for the Bulls. And yeah, referee pinged him again for the same infringement that time.
Absolutely. You see New Haven starting to drag a little bit here. They're not getting back. They're slowing the play. There's a lot of chirping afterwards. Bulls are starting to feed off of this. You can tell the intensity, the chatter's picking up. They're going to threaten here, and they got to capitalize it. It's going to be over.
Yeah, well, if the Bulls are the next team to score, it makes things very interesting, that's for sure. And we'll see what happens now from a quick tap. That's Gio Lombardo, goes for a quick scamper there, where he's brought to ground. Aston inside the New Haven half now, as they come left. There goes Captain Staludi. He's brought to the ground. And referee says, he lost the ball in the tackle. Okay.
Hey, Adam.
So play resumes.